Hi, my name is Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Metamorphic floor lamp. This is the 1952. Awesome fixture. So this can actually raise and lower, and we'll talk about that in a second. So it also can pivot, so you can actually kind of undo the little knob on the bottom, which allows you to bring it up and down, and you can turn it, so it actually has a totally different look to it. It's pretty cool. We show people all the time in our showroom. The overall height on this is going to range from 54 inches at its shortest, and that's going to be to the top of the shade, all the way to 69 inches. So this can be a very tall lamp if you guys have tall ceilings and you need to have something that's a little higher. And how you do it is you basically zero in on that little knob down there, you loosen it so it basically lets it pivot or go up and down, and you just slowly raise it up and then you tighten it back up again. It's super simple. And the overall height, like I said, 54 to 69. The diameter of this is going to be the shade itself. That's the biggest point, and that's coming in at 21 inches. We'll talk more about this in a second. The base on it is 12 inches by 9 inches, coming in at 16 pounds, so it's kind of hard to tip over, which is awesome too. Let's touch on shade for a second. It's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's 21-inch conical shade. So the inside of this is going to be a white plastic, so this is going to bounce a lot of light off and reflect a lot of light. The outside of this, the fabric is natural white aniline. That's a true white. It's not a cream, it's not a light gray, it's a true white. So light is going to come through it, which is awesome as well. Size on it, 21 inches across the bottom, 8 inches diameter across the top, 13.5 inches up the slope. The top of this is called a spider, is going to be black. The hardware, which is called the harp, that's the part that holds this, and the socket are always going to be kind of a gunmetal gray, so keep that in mind. The little part that goes on the top is called a finial. That will be the same finish as the rest of the fixture in the Choose Your Finish pull-down menu. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about a couple of the things. Big thing about this is going to be socket and what you can get out of it, because it's a light and you want it to provide light. So it's going to be using a socket that's basically like this guy. We no longer use three-way switches and three-way sockets, so because that was for incandescent bulbs way back in the day. What we use now for higher end lighting is going to be an on-off dimmer. There's a circuit built into the bottom of this, and it's going to allow this to click on. So we'll click it off first, click it off, click it on, and we can rotate that, and then when we want to go back and turn it off again, we just do the same thing in reverse. Very simple. So it's going to allow you to do a lot of things, which is awesome. So if you still want to go incandescent, you can do that, and the limit for heat generated by an incandescent bulb is 150 watts, and that was kind of based on those three-way bulbs that used to be out there. Now you can also do LEDs, and LEDs are pretty awesome. They produce a lot of light without producing heat or using a lot of electricity. Says the recommended bulb is an A19, and that's this guy here. We all grew up with this. It was part of our lives forever. However, there's a lot of space in that harp, and you can also use, if you want, LED only. It's going to be an A20 or an A21. See how much bigger that is? So these guys, this is kind of old school, and this is the kind of newer one. These are called phosphorus ones. Phosphorus LEDs. I have found these easily 60 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent, 100 watt equivalent. Those are the easy ones to get. I did find one of these 150 watt equivalent at a Walmart in Vermont, so I thought that was pretty cool. Came in a 4-pack. It was not expensive. It was dimmable. It was in the color temperature I wanted, and I bought a bunch of them because we use them in our showroom, so I thought that was a great deal. However, I have also seen these out in the marketplace too, mostly at hardware stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, places like that. These come easily 150 watt equivalent. I have seen these on Amazon for 200 watt equivalent, so that's a ton of light. This can light an entire room without any problem at all, which is good to go there. So A20, A21, you're good to go. It's also A19. You can find them everywhere. Your hardware store, your drugstore, my grocery store sells these, so you're easy to go there too. So the color of the light coming out of these bulbs is going to be very important. We talk about it in every single video. 2700 Kelvin will be offered to you, and that's going to be like the setting sun. That's a kind of a orange-yellow light. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm, but it's not warm. That is that's actually 4,000 Kelvin, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. That's like an overcast day or like a hospital waiting room light. Some people do like that light. I'm not one of them, but some people do. What we like to use here, what I like, is going to be called soft white or warm white, because it mimics the incandescent light I grew up with, and it's this nice warm glow coming from these nice LEDs, which are this guy, and they're 3,000 Kelvin. So 3,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale, warm white, soft white. It's my pick. You know, in a thing this big, I probably would go for 150 watt equivalent if I could find it. I might even just go out to a hardware store or go online, like I said before, like Amazon has these, and Just Bulbs and JustBulbs.com, Bulbs.com, 1001bulbs.com would have them too, but Amazon's pretty much the easier one to go. And I might do a 200 watt equivalent in here just to be, you know, on the safe side of getting as much light when I need much light. So you're getting what you need, and it could be doing like anything from like reading to vacuuming the room. So as we get older, we want light. So there you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.